Y'all, Beauty in Black is back, and I was pleasantly surprised because I had forgot all about the show, okay? The last time I did these in groups of episodes, but we're going to go through episode 8 through 6, 9 through 16, all in one video because I had to watch it. I had to binge watch it because it was just, so good. Now, I will say that, a lot of these things that happen in this show are over the top, but it's Tyler Perry. Like, that's what we got to keep in the back of our mind. But, however, I really thought it was good, so I had to binge watch it. So, got my little note card, and we're going to go through a few things. I did make a few notes on, like, which episode I'm talking about a little bit, right? But, anyway, at this point, I'm just going to assume that you guys, my viewers, have also binged the show, okay? If not, I'm gonna be giving some spoilers. And if you don't want to be, if you haven't finished watching it yet, just come back after you finish watching episode, was it 16, 15, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. All right. So Beauty in Black, part 2. And I'm so mad that it ended how it ended. But I just don't like cliffhangers. Cliffhangers irritate me. I like to watch a show and binge it and watch it like a movie so I can see everything that's happening. It hurts my heart to have to wait, okay? Especially the shows that, like, come out, like this one is going to take a big break. And then, like, all the Queen's Men did that. I got hooked on that and started watching it, and then I couldn't find any more episodes. But I hear it's coming back. That's also a good show. But anyway, today we're talking about Beauty in Black. If you have not watched Beauty in Black, it is a great show to me, okay? But then I love Tyler Perry stuff, like from the plays. I used to watch the plays all the time. And I don't like all his shows, but this one, I like this one. My favorite character, I'm going to say my favorite character is Horace. I really like Horace, okay? And then I saw, what's the dude name? What's the bodyguard name? Calvin. Calvin is fine, okay? I didn't really think a lot about that while I was watching the show, but I saw something on his Instagram. I was like, okay, Calvin, okay. Anyway, so we pick up at the aftermath of Charlie's car getting blown up. And back when I first watched that episode, in the first part, I was like, oh my God, can I believe they killed Charles? And da-da-da-da. And somebody was like, girl, he was not in that car. And I was like, you know what? He probably wasn't in that car. Because that is just too much, like, like, I can't believe they're going to kill Horace off. But, whoever stole Charles's stuff was coming to rob him, and they got shot up and burned up. So we find that out because, they find the car, and they call the family down there, and they all meet at Horace's house, and they're all upset. They're telling Roy, they wish it was him, the father, and I don't know if his mother said that or not, but they don't really like, none of them really like each other, So, so they're doing that, and then Attorney Varney, which is Terrell Carter, he is sent to Charles's house to go get a suit. And when he goes in there, he's crying and he's all sad or whatever because, they mess with each other. And Charles, like, walks past and comes out and he's, like, scared the shit out of Varney because obviously they thought he was dead. And then Varney finds out that, no, whoever stole his car got, is the one that got killed. Okay, and Charles just don't care. He just does not care. And then you remember Kimmy was trying to find her sister because at the end of the last part, she was in a van, and then she got into a fight with Body. She ended up killing Body with that car. That was over the top to me. Like, that was over the top. Like, nobody is supposed to see nothing like that, okay? But anyway. So that was all in episode 9, right? And so then these next things are from episode 10 to 15, or 10 to 16, I would say. The family is still battling this lawsuit. And even Mallory went to the hotel that they own, and the girl at the front desk was like, oh, I've been using y'all perm for 20 years or whatever. So they still fighting this lawsuit. The lawyer is really trying her best to get them. She has like over 60 witnesses. So that's going to be interesting to see how this turns out because in one of these episodes, she got slapped by the mother, Debbie Morgan. Okay, Debbie Morgan is playing the shit out of this role. Okay, but yeah, she slapped her because she came in the hospital and tried to serve her with some papers. But anyway, we'll get to that part because she did something that I was just like, oh my god. So Roy, who is high out of his mind, is running around accusing Calvin and attorney Varney of sleeping with Mallory. Okay, the last person he settled on sleeping with her was attorney Varney, and he is so off base, it's ridiculous. But Calvin played it played it so cool with him when he approached him about it, and he ended up telling him, yeah, really, I was looking at you. You know what I'm saying? And Roy got upset, so I guess he just said, I'm not messing with him. It must be Varney. But Mallory is still, I do like her more than I liked her last part. The last part, I was just like, I'm not believing her. But I liked her more this second batch of episodes. But Roy got pushed out of the window by Kimmy. Kimmy's on a killing spree in these last episodes. She went to her mom's house and she was about to do something to the stepfather because she found out that the stepfather had been raping her sister. Body and Delinda got her sister all drugged up, and at the club, Angel was able to help find her, and Horace helped her escape. Rain is still healing. She's doing better. She can walk now. And she can sit on her butt now, I would say. Not walk, but she can sit on her butt now. But Horace's sickness is catching up with him. We don't know what he has. They have not revealed that yet, but he's apparently going to die, okay? And he's on his deathbed. And because he is so determined not to give his family his shares of money because he cannot stand anybody in that family, he asked Kimmy to marry him, all right? And so she was at first like, no, because they're going to be after me. But in that will that the grandfather left, or Horace's father left, he has it like laid all out. You can't get the money if you're convicted of a felony. You can't get the money if you've killed somebody. You can't. It's a whole bunch of stipulations. So he's like, they're not going to mess with you like that because there's nothing they really can do, or they're not going to get their money. Her and Rain found out that he's worth over $300 million or $300 billion. It's a lot of money, okay? I think it's $1 billion, over 300 billion. But somebody get in the comments and correct me below. I know y'all will, okay? And so she ended up saying yes. Now, that puts her into a situation because, like I said, she's been on a killing spree these last episodes of this last batch of episodes. She done killed Body and Delinda. She pushed Roy out the window. She killed somebody, or she tried to kill a security guard. It's a bunch of killing going on by her hands, okay? And so then Jules is after her because he finds out all the stuff that she's been doing, and that she killed his two bottom bitches, and he wants her bringing her. Then Mallory's still looking for the girl that's sleeping with Roy, who is Kimmy, and so they both want her head, right? And so once she decides to marry Horace, all that goes out the window because they can't touch her now. She's gonna be their stepmother as well as their boss. So it's about to get even more over the top in the next batch of episodes. And it's crazy, okay? So yeah, Horace's sickness is catching up with him. He peed on himself, but he was able to come in and catch Jules getting, Kimmy beat up, and he walked her and Angel out of there. And then they ended up taking him to the hospital because he peed on himself. He fell out, passed out, or whatever. So I don't know what's going on with that. Norman was on a rampage, but Jules got some crackhead dude to admit that he ran over his wife, and so now Norman doesn't think the family did anything to his wife anymore. So I don't know if that's going to come out later, but there's that. But one of the things I want to talk about is like I said, it's over the top. Some of the things are far-fetched, unbelievable. Like, yeah, that wouldn't really happen in real life that way or whatever. But the main thing that kind of, I guess, leaves a void for me is the evolution of the characters, right? In some shows, you have more depth to the characters. In this show, it's kind of like they're either a good person or they're a bad person. And it's not really, and I'm kind of shocked because They do have some seasoned actors in here. I wouldn't be shocked if it was all new actors, but it's like I guess it depends on the writer who's writing this, because there's not a lot of depth to the characters. They're either good or bad. Like, you know, I feel like Kimmy is a good character, but I feel like there could be more to her. So let's talk about Kimmy. She goes from being kicked out of her house, getting caught up with Angel and Rain, stuck at the strip club, right, to somebody kidnapping her sister, and now she wanted to kidnap her sister. They was forcing her to have sex with Roy, and then she somehow met Horace, and then now she's about to marry Horace, and I don't know, it just seems like it was some stuff that they could have stuck in there to make this a little bit smoother, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much, because it is Tyler Perry, right? And Mallory, she's a vicious character, I will say. She's playing a vicious character. She hates Roy, but she's faking it for the parents. But they don't show any, even when she did have sex with Calvin, she's still just hard, right? She's not really, there's no other side that they're showing to her, which where are her friends at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. If they showed any of her friends, we haven't seen them. So, I don't know. I feel like we need to see her out on some friend events, like stuff that has nothing to do with the family, right? I don't know, make her a little bit more likable. Then you got Debbie Morgan's character, okay? Now, what I wanted to say about her is when the attorney came to serve her, Debbie Morgan, what is her name in the show? Sheesh, I can't remember, but y'all know who I'm talking about. The lady with the dimples, Debbie Morgan. She was taking her church on a tour of their hospital. And so the attorney was at the back of their line, and she ended up embarrassing her in front of her church people. So Debbie slapped her, and then she was like, oh my God, did you see that? She was talking to somebody down the hallway, and then she was like, you must not have saw the name on this hospital when you came in here. And then she was like, there's cameras all around here. And then Debbie Morgan pulls out her phone and does some AI tricks and shows her the video of her slapping her or pushing her. Listen, that's a real thing though. People can make these AI videos these days, and you will think that somebody said something and they didn't say it. So gotta be careful out here, because that's actually a real live thing that can happen. So there was that. They showed Debbie having sex with some dude too, and she ended up having him shot inside a bag. Like, listen, I feel like somebody needs to put in some more relatable things in here so the characters could be more than just a good person or a bad person. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe I'm asking for too much, but the drama was over the top, and I feel like something is missing. The characters are pretty one-dimensional. But overall, it did keep me watching so that I could binge the episodes. It was action-packed, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. What y'all think gonna happen in the third part, right? The third part, we're gonna have Horace married to Kimmy. How's that gonna go? Where are they gonna live? How is this gonna go with them? Because he wants her and her sister to run the company. How is this gonna work out? What is Mallory gonna do? What is Roy gonna do? What is gonna happen? You know what I mean? Because Horace is running all this stuff and calling these shots with him out of the picture. Like, what is Kimmy is he gonna give her some download or brief to? What's gonna happen? What do y'all think? Did y'all like the second part? Do y'all like this show? What do y'all think? I'm interested to know what your comments are. But I just wanted to come and do just a little rant of what I thought about certain things in the show. So get in the comments below. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.